नहीं खेलता हूँ अभी। एटलीस्ट लेवल अप गियर अप कर लूँ। कल चल ही नहीं रहा था। देखते हैं आज
700
ट्राई
कर दिया
करते
ना
हैं।
गियर स्कोर।
सात
गियर
सौ कर
स्कोर
दिया
700
हाँ।
हो गया।
700 कर दिया
लेवल
मेरा अभी
65
6।
कर दिया। पर 65
छः
तभी
सौ
होगा जब तुम्हारे पास डीएलसी होगी। और उसका पता नहीं मुझे। 700 गियर स्कोर का पता नहीं क्योंकि मैंने कोई डंजन ही नहीं किया। कोजी बोल रहा था कि सब लोग आएंगे तो करेंगे।
करेंगे। मैं अभी कुछ चालू करने वाला था कल। करूँगा अभी डाउनलोड पे रखा है।
पर म्यूटेशन म्यूटेशन भी तो होना पड़ेगा ना ये, और ये कोजी वो कर पाएगा, समझा
कोजी
पाएगा
हेल्प
क्योंकि
कर पाएगा।
वही तो।
कैसे करना है? किसी को नहीं
किस
आता, मेरे
किस
को
में
तो नहीं
करना है
आता।
भाई। और
क्या
वो है
स्ट्रीम
एक
करेगा?
बेबुली भैया है तो वो भी कहाँ है भाई। फिनिक्स तो खेल रही है भाई। धप्पा
उसने
धप
तो
खेली है।
फ्री में ही ले लिया होगा डीएलसी।
हाँ गोल्ड बेच के ना।
गोल्ड बेच के हाँ। कल स्ट्रीम देख रहा था वो बैगिंस का। बैगिंस ही है ना वो बंदा। मन कर रहा था खेलने का, मतलब देखता हूँ चालू करके।
मतलब सही है जिन्होंने डीएलसी लिया, बढ़िया है। करो। अपने पास टैंक ही नहीं है।
टैंक तो बहुत दूर की बात हो गई।
हे, बंदे ही नहीं
लोग
है।
ही नहीं है, बंदे ही नहीं। टैंक तो बन जाएगा, कोजी बन जाएगा क्या उसमें।
फिर डैमेज कौन देगा भाई, कोजी को टैंक नहीं बना सकते। हीलर भी नहीं है अपने पास।
हीलर बेबुली था ना यार।
स्काई भी था पर वो तो।
अपडेट करते करते ही 1-2 दिन चले गए भाई।
हम्म, जब तक कंटेंट है, नए क्वेस्ट है, तब तक चलेगा, म्यूटेशन चलेगी। नए डंजन्स वगैरह हैं अगर अच्छे हैं तो चलेगा। बाकी
बाद
तो
में
पता
वापस डेड हो जाएगा।
नहीं। हाँ।
वापस नया एक्सpansion पे आएगा वापस
एक्सपेंशन
सर्वर।
नया आएगा फिर उसके लिए पैसा दो 3,000। डियाब्लो कैसे डेड हो गया अभी 4। तो ऐसे वो
डेड ही हो गया क्या?
न्यू सीजन आने वाला है 17 को। अरे उसका जो सीईओ है ना बहुत हरामी है। लौंडिया बाज है वो।
ब्लिजर्ड।
हाँ नहीं।
ब्लिजर्ड।
डियाब्लो का लौंडिया बाज है
ब्लिजर्ड
भाई
कंपनी।
उसके।
ब्लिजर्ड वाले ही है ना जिन्होंने बनाया है।
नहीं नहीं, अलग लेवल का वो चूतिया आदमी है भाई। हरेसमेंट के केस में अपने ही कलीग के साथ ये सब करते रहता है, वीडियो वीडियो लीक करते रहता है।
एक सेकंड में।
डम्पटी डम्पटी के पास चलो भाई। क्या हाल सर जी, अलमित जी? बढ़िया बढ़िया, आप बताइए सर। ये दोनों क्यों नहीं फटा? What? अरे यार, चेंज भी कर। लोल। कितना है मेरे पास? 6। कमीशन सिस्टम कैसा लगा? हाँ ठीक ही है, उतना कुछ खास नहीं है। मतलब ठीक है। क्या? अरे ये दोनों फटा क्यों नहीं? व्हाट द हेल ब्रो। ब्रो। दो है ना? कल तो दोनों फट रहे थे। नहीं, स्टार्ट करना पड़ेगा। सही है, मतलब ठीक ठाक है। दो ही हैं जो कि ये दोनों को फटेगा। चलो जा, बढ़िया। अरे ये क्यों नहीं फटा भाई? एक यहाँ जाएगा।
आया मैं, मेरे को थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा, 10-15 मिनट्स।
अच्छा अच्छा, ठीक है ठीक है। कल तो साला ये फट रहा था। अब क्या हो गया? इसको फट का है नहीं रहा, ये फटो भाई। ये ट्राई करते हैं। नहीं फटा। ये दोनों। बस। अरे हो गया भाई। ओ भाई, क्या हाल है? बढ़िया बढ़िया। भाग गया। कमीशन देखो, अगर बढ़िया ही है। कुछ ना करो, कमीशन कंप्लीट हो जाती है। जैसे कि अभी हुआ। अच्छा नहीं हुआ। ओके। दो ही गवा। मैं तो क्वेस्ट कर रहा था धपाधप। अभी नोलेट वाले क्वेस्ट पे हूँ मैं। बेचारे के साथ गलत हो गया। अरे नहीं यार, ये डिफेंड वाला बड़ा बेकार है, बड़ा ही बेकार है, बहुत ज्यादा बेकार। और तुम्हारा नुएलेट का क्या हाल चाल?
Snow is in fact one of water's natural self-cleansing mechanisms. But human activity tends to reduce snow's purity, so do stabilize. Settle down. This is order. Solidify. Stabilize.
ये देखो, दिखा?
Silence. Be sanctified.
यही प्रॉब्लम है इसकी। कि तुम कैमरा एंगल जो है वो नहीं कर सकते, फ्री होना चाहिए। हेलो 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 पतल, क्या हाल है? इसका जो कैमरा एंगल है ना, जैसे हम लोग ऐसे घुमाते हैं ना, वैसा फ्री होना चाहिए था।
Sunlight is best appreciated from the indoors through a window.
Add astro.
दे दे
Thank
कहते
you
हैं,
for
सब दे दे।
completing
हाँ आज क्या करना है? परफ्यूम लगा क्या है? बिंदी क्या है? एलाम 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 एलाम। चली बाय बाय। इसका टैलेंट तो हो नहीं पाएगा क्योंकि ये नहीं है। आज तो सैटरडे संडे। किसी को आर्टिफैक्ट्स फार्म करने हैं तो आ जाओ, अगर न्यूएलेट का। कोई आना चाहे तो आ सकता है भाई। एक मिनट, मैंने एक क्यों बनाया? मेरे पास क्या चार थे? मेरे पास क्या चार थे? मुझे नहीं लगता थे।
My
मेरा चार तो थे नहीं, भाई साहब ने बनाया ही नहीं। क्या है यार? ए यो अमर, क्या हाल है? वेलकम ब्रो। और कैसे?
It's over.
It's over. It is not over. चलो न्यूएलेट का आर्टिफैक्ट्स फार्म करते हैं और गोबर निकालते हैं डंजन से। जितना गोबर हो सब मेरे को ही मिले। ऐसा ही होने वाला है अभी। गोबर के ऊपर गोबर और गोबर के नीचे गोबर। बोलो कितने गोबर? बेनेट C6 कर दूं क्या? साला दिमाग खा रहा है वो।
Gather.
Rest and rebuild. Hey, make yourselves at home.
Let the mighty be humbled. Bow your head. Order guide you. Stabilize.
I see everything. Grow, grow, grow.
Silence. The tides beckon.
नूबलेट 2 पीस चल जाएगा क्या अगर CD अच्छा हो तो? कौन सा? नहीं 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 नहीं। ये मैटर करता है। ये सेकेंड पर्क व्हेन करंट HP इंक्रीज और डिक्रीज क्रिट रेट विल बी इंक्रीज बाय 12% फॉर 5 सेकेंड। मैक्स स्टैक 3 होता है। तो अगर उसका जो HP कम और बेसी होगा तो वो 12% क्रिट रेट देगा। ठीक है, 3 स्टैक हो गए तो 12, 24 और 36। 36% फ्री में तुमको क्रिट रेट मिलेगा। ठंड पर अरे उसने वेपन निकाल रखा है और नूबलेट C1 C2 कर रखा है तो फिर क्यों सस्ता बिल्ड क्यों करना भाई?
Allow me.
करो एकदम खतरनाक वाले।
Hey, share my knowledge.
मल्टीप्लेयर गेम खेलने से यही आता है।
Everyone hold hands.
Settle down. This is order.
Hold the line. Yeah. Yeah.
जेंशिन
हाँ
Silence.
जेंशिन भी फ्री है ना उसमें, इसमें भी एक्सपांशन कुछ है क्या?
नहीं नहीं, इसमें एक्सपेंशन नहीं है, इसमें
Blindsided.
वेल है बस।
Gather.
Rest and rebuild. Hey,
ये बहुत भागती है। चलो 2 गोबर मिल चुका है, तीसरा गोबर की बारी है। CR ये डैमेज हो जाता ना यहाँ पे, क्या मजा हो जाता यार। ये पर्क्स चेंज करने वाले होते ना, इसमें मजा आता। क्रिट रेट पर उतना डैमेज नहीं दे पाएगा ये जितना ये वाले दे पाएंगे। थंडर्स ब्रूच, गोल्डन ट्रूप, क्या ही नाम है।
allow me.
Solidify.
I see everything. Everyone hold hands. The Temple of Wisdom.
Bow your head. The tides beckon.
Hold the line. Yeah. Sharing my knowledge. Committed
ये
to
देखो एक
memory.
चीज दिखाता हूँ,
Settle down.
और तुम चार्ज मारोगे तो ये इसका हेल्थ कम होता है, तो इसका आर्टिफैक्ट का जो बफ है ना वो होता है, बढ़ता है। जैसे जैसे कम होगा वो स्टैक बनाते रहेगा, 3 स्टैक। तुम भी खेलते थे ना कीपर?
नहीं नहीं, टेंशन। डंजन है क्या ये?
हाँ।
Gather.
Rest and rebuild. Torrent, bring refuge. I see everything. Everyone hold hands. Yeah. 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 The Temple of Wisdom. This might hurt a little. Yeah.
Silence. Be sanctified.
वो लड़की कौन थी, उसका कुछ ये था क्या अल्टीमेट?
नहीं ना।
Hold the line. I see everything. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I will have order.
भाई न्यू वर्ड डाउनलोड हो गया, होने आ रहे हैं।
बस गाली देना पकड़ के पैसा वापस कर।
इन्वेंटरी खाली करने में ही आई गेस 1-2 दिन चले जाएगा।
इन्वेंटरी खाली करने मतलब?
देखना है ना कौन सा सैलवेज करके, और इन्वेंटरी मैनेज
अच्छा
करने के लिए।
हाँ, मैंने तो पहले ही कर रखा था।
This heavy rain must be quite an inconvenience.
अभी वो ये इसका भी ये कर दिया ना उन्होंने कि क्विक इक्विप कर सकते फटाक से, बना के रख सकते गेट्स।
अच्छा
इंटरव्यू कैसा था?
मेरा
कुछ बोल रहा था हाँ?
भाई क्या बोले, उनको ये पेपर चाहिए, वो पेपर चाहिए, हेन चाहिए, तेन चाहिए, पा गया। यार एक हाइड्रो डैमेज बोनस नहीं है, बताओ यार। अच्छा ये तो बदतमीजी हो गई। चाइल्ड का चुरा के इसको दे दो क्या?
अमाउंट सबको देना चाहिए था रे, क्या कंजूसगिरी कर दिया अभी।
वही ना।
For you.
एक्चुअली तुम पे पहले ही पैसा लगा चुके हैं लौंडे लपाटे, है ना।
बराबर है। और ऊपर से अभी वापस नए भी आएंगे ना, जॉइंट न्यू वर्ल्ड खरीदेंगे, अभी एक्सपांशन कर रहे हो तो वो लोग भी खरीदेंगे न्यू वर्ल्ड।
हम्म,
अरे कितने बार वेरीफाई होगा भाई, ये क्या गेम है भाई।
अला इसको बोला था मैंने, चल खेलते हैं, डंजन वंजन करेंगे फौजी को।
किस
फौजी बोलता है लौंडे लपाटे को आने दे,
रोजी को मैसेज
डब्ल्यू
कर लो,
डब्ल्यू
आ रहा
कर।
है जिम
अरे
के
क्रिट
लिए बोला।
डैमेज बोल दे भाई। जिम
हाँ
कब जाते हो तुम?
अभी 4:30 बोल रहे वो,
तो
चल आज न्यू वर्ल्ड खेलते रात को।
जिम में ही
डंजन
बोलना उसको साले।
वो जिम
जल
में हाँ बोलता है, खेलते 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 बोलता है, और फिर बाद में घर जाके आता ही नहीं ऑनलाइन। डंजन
बदतमीज
का
आदमी है भाई,
गैस को
बदतमीज आदमी।
गैस को
बीवी पीटती होगी उसको।
डंजन कर दे। कल भी बोल रहा था मैं, आ रहा है क्या, नहीं बोला उसने।
अब बदतमीज। एनर्जी रिचार्ज बढ़ा बढ़ा के साला क्या करते।
हम बंद नहीं कर पाते, अगर हमारा गेम बंद नहीं होता
हम्म,
न्यू वर्ल्ड, आई गेस सब लोग शिफ्ट हो गए अलग अलग गेम पे फिर बीच में, एक एक करके।
Settle down.
अच्छा बारिश तो हो ही रही है।
गेम में अच्छा।
हम्म,
कौन सा ग्राफिक कार्ड है तेरे सिस्टम में?
1660
हम्म,
लूंगा, 4080 या 40
मेरा भी
सीरीज ही लूंगा।
1050 है, मेरा भी 1050 Ti है। मैं भी देख रहा था,
1050
कोज भी बेच रहा है ना अभी अपने ग्राफिक कार्ड।
हम्म,
पेन ने ले लिया, आई
पेन
गेस
लिया क्या?
पेन ने लिया, हाँ आई
उसी
गेस
से लिया।
3060। हाँ हाँ 3060 लिया शायद, 3060 नहीं, RTX ही है पर 2000 सीरीज है, 3000
Abandoned
पता
property
नहीं,
belongs
अच्छा
to
वाला
whoever
है
finds it
वाइट एकदम।
first. So, it's legally yours now.
कोजिया आज भी बेचने वाला बोल रहा था, बिकेगा अभी आज भी कोई
कौन
दूसरा
सा?
ग्राफिक कार्ड। 1660 था शायद, बोल रहा था कि बिकेगा। बंदा लेने आ जाने वाला है सुबह।
ओह
ऑनलाइन अमेजोन पे 4760 या कुछ 30,000 में, और 8 GB वाले, तो 8 GB वाले अच्छे हैं कि नहीं ऐसे?
पता नहीं, 3060 क्यों लेना, बेकार है।
नहीं नहीं, 40 वाले भी बोल रहा हूँ मैं अभी, फॉर एग्जांपल
40 अरे 4060 की
4060 31,000 में जोटैक 8 GB।
उससे अच्छा मैं सुना कोई और है एक, वो बढ़िया है। 3070 अच्छा है उससे।
क्या महंगे महंगे प्राइस। गैलेक्स 4090
कंपेयर करके देख लो बस।
ले सकता हूँ, पर फिर ये 1050 का क्या, ऐसे ही
पर अरे
पड़े रहेगा, पड़ा रहेगा फिर ये खराब हो
According to
जाएगा तभी
Melissa's info,
देखेंगे।
the synth production base is underwater. Let's go and try to find the entrance.
इस ऐसा रखना चाहिए था ना उन्होंने कि तुम जैसे टीवी एक्सचेंज वैसे पुराना ग्राफिक कार्ड लो, उस पर डिस्काउंट लगा के।
हाँ एक्सचेंज वाला
नहीं होता है क्या?
मोबाइल तो होता है शायद।
नहीं, ग्राफिक कार्ड की बात कर रहा था मैं।
ग्राफिक कार्ड तो
मुश्किल है, कंप्यूटर पार्ट्स शायद एक्सचेंज नहीं होते शायद, है ना? सेकेंड हैंड में बेचते हैं।
हाँ सेकेंड हैंड में बिक जाता है।
Finally found it. Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the
वो ही
synth
हो
production base.
गया इन शॉर्ट, सेकेंड हैंड में
Sure
बेचो और
doesn't
नया लो।
seem out of the ordinary at all. Ah, you're
और लोग
right.
खरीदने
An
वाले भी होने
important
चाहिए ना,
place like this is
1050 अभी
bound to have
अभी के
internal
ज़माने में
OLX
कौन
protection
लेगा?
measures and mechanisms.
OLX पे डालना
Navi
पड़ेगा।
is probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
अब तो 10 का जमाना गया,
गया गया भाई, कब 10
20 का
साल
भी
पुराना।
जमाना चला गया। अब जो भी ले रहे हैं 3070 ही सोच रहे हैं लेने का, क्योंकि प्राइस कम है ना, 60 में मिल जाता है।
60 में कि 16 बोला?
नहीं नहीं
It would appear that I
60।
must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia.
40 60 फिर
नहीं नहीं
31 नहीं
40
तो?
60 तो बेकार है, बोला तो 30 60 जैसा परफॉर्मेंस है उसका।
अच्छा, इसलिए 3070 महंगा है क्या? ओके।
उससे अच्छा 3070 ले लो।
Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
चलो भाई देखे, आज
To
भी
be
क्यों में
perfectly
लगना है
honest,
क्या?
I don't understand your country's complicated court system, or the reason why I'm being
अपडेट
charged
होते
with something
होते
I've never even heard
4
of.
घंटा सुबह से
However,
update हो रहा
I did hear that people who have been charged can choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right? In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her
क्लोरीन
last
से
time,
लड़ेगा ये
she was
साला।
obviously holding
चालू हो गया।
back.
चलो
Real
भाई।
disappointing.
Hey,
देखते हैं later
don't
में
you
चलेगा कोई।
understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking
Yes,
for
पूरी
fights.
बढ़ाते हैं।
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House. Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly, and we have made very little progress.
चाइल्ड से डर रहे हैं भाई,
In
देख लो.
that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics? We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default.
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted. Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Agus, Fortune. Dex.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere.
Dex.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me
Yes,
remind
sir.
you, Miss Navia,
Request
that
कर
charging
रहा हूँ
someone
उसी
is an
में.
incredibly serious matter. Committing to the
Like,
charge
Like, क्या
also
fun.
means taking on the legal responsibilities
कोर्ट
associated
को
with
इन
it.
लोगों ने क्या मजाक बना दिया.
And if the charge fails, depending on the
हाँ, stream भी
circumstances,
बनाना पड़ेगा
you
अपने को.
may also be charged with the crime
पानी
of
फेंक
making
दो
a
भाई.
false accusation.
पानी आने.
Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes, I do.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court. Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand.
Fine.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on. I think an attorney won't be necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well.
कहाँ है?
In that case, since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would
Okay.
like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father?
ये क्या कुछ-
Come on, why would I do that? Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case. Exactly correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage. On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabriere. During the banquet, all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance Jacques. The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Callus was defeated by champion duelist. These are the known facts about the
The one with the motive to kill was Jacques, not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first. After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the Something's not right. The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered and instead shared everything with Callus. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this. This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead. Something's not... A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene, and that they were turned into water after committing the murder. Since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice. Realizing this, the true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events. So that's what happened.
Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't...
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your innocence.
But I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two. One, do you have the evidence to back up your
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very...
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home!
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time, we should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time. Regardless...
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigation.
Why do I feel like Farina's acting a little differently?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after...
My second question has to do with the ensuing... Then why didn't Mr. Callus explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person...
I've thought about this too. And the answer is the dissolving power of water. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave. At that time, Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going... What was certain, however, was that it would paint a giant...
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. all of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right, but what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice, Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Of course. All you need is to ask his opponent, Clarand. I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my... But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callus was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted. Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callus never intended to leave the ring alive.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing. In my father's case, the culprit intended to kill both Jacques and Callus. As a result, they planned to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And, at the end of Linny's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene. Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most endearing traits.
No need to appeal to pathos.
I won't try to refute your points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events? On top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
Oof. Don't know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations, until I'm the only one left on the list. Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter? But if I were to dismiss this completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson. Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage. But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, demoiselle. This was my mistake.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearances? You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Seems like she got the wrong guy.
At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now? He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them. The people whose families were destroyed by synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vacher? Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Allow me. Share my knowledge.
माउंट लेके क्या भाग रहे हो?
Whoa, the floor is going up.
लोग भाई बहुत वो हो गए हैं.
Is it because of this mechanism in the middle? That guy really prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
इसके पीछे चढ़ नहीं सकते क्या? इसके साथ
नहीं.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
पीछे है क्या हम लोग? और अरे भाई भागो भागो भागो.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top.
Water.
But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Oh, great sword level 5.
अरे नया वेपन भी आया है पता है, DLC के अंदर ही आया.
हाँ हाँ देखा मैं.
चैन वाला.
Bow your head.
ये लोग रेड कर रहे हैं, इनके साथ ही कर रहे हैं.
Solidify.
अरे भाई
Settle down.
क्या स्लो लूट कर रहा है?
This is order. Stabilize.
इधर है
Hold the
पर
line.
मॉब्स का कोई ध्यान ही नहीं दे रहा।
मॉब्स
मॉब्स भी बोलते हैं ना, क्या बोलते हैं ये एनिमीज को? वो लोग भी मार रहे तो मेरे को एक्सपी मिल रहा है, क्या बात है?
आ रहा है।
Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it.
और कीपर कैसा लगा?
क्या एलिट रन कर रहे हैं अभी, और क्या गेयर स्कोर बढ़ा रहे हैं। गेयर स्कोर बढ़ेगा तो व्यंजन करेंगे। नॉर्मल डंजन भी नहीं होता उसमें।
ए लूफी क्या हाल है?
Gather.
Allow me. Hey. The Temple of Wisdom. Committed to memory.
Silence. The tides beckon.
ये क्या कर रहा है? क्वेस्ट
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum. Though, as expected, That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the... What's all
अरे
this?
भाई
Pink
अपने को भी जाके
accessories,
देना
a
है।
hair tie, a necklace,
ये
even a
तो कर
makeup
दी
box.
मैंने। अच्छा
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but why are all these cute things labeled with different girls' names? Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here? And then
अभी मैं कर रहा हूँ।
they were turned into water, and all the boxes of things. These names. That...
पैसा ही पैसा पैसा ही पैसा।
Oh,
ये मैं अब कर रहा हूँ।
there's an important-looking basin over here, and it's full of water. That means this is where they make all the synth, and that special water is the main ingredient. If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth, but the pure stuff can dissolve a human. Paimon will take
बढ़िया।
notes on this incriminating evidence. Let's see what's written here. Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him. Yep. It's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through with it. This should prove the existence of the third person, right?
सारे मिस हो गए।
We still have not determined the
चलेगा, अब
exact
उधर ही जाते हैं।
content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization. The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups. They're all just so evil. What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial sea and use his theory as a foundation to achieve a breakthrough. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved. Sorry, Traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary. How could someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone? You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going. So that's why he did all of these experiments. But did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments? So that's it! Vache was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either! If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water? In any case, Paimon will Whoa! There's so much synth here! And so many bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the... Mixing in progress? Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled. Whoa! There's even fruit-flavored synth? Yep, it's super obvious. We've looked at almost everything here and it's... Yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder even Nervalet wasn't able to find anything. Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long time. That way, even if we bring all this back to the opera, we won't be able to identify... Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy.
कहाँ जा रहा पब्लिक? आटा यहाँ है क्या?
राम बम भाई, राम राम एप्पी, बहुत दिनों बाद, क्या हाल है? Wait, what?
Bow your head. I will have order.
क्या हाल है भाई? भाई ये तो किया मैंने। बढ़िया भाई, आप बताओ, बस चल रहा भाई।
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way. Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
और तुम बताओ भाई, हाल वाल बताओ अपने, बहुत दिनों बाद आया। और जेंशन वेंशन खेल रहा है कि नहीं?
But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
Settle down.
I see everything. Yeah.
Solidify. Let the mighty be humbled.
ना छोड़ दिया क्यों भाई? अभी तो नया नया चीजें आई है भाई। हाइड्रो आर्कन आने वाली है कॉर्पोरेट लाइफ की। वो तो है।
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
अब कैरेक्टर सब मछली जैसा ये बनते हैं। टाइम नहीं मिलता है ना। बढ़िया अभी नया नया हाइड्रो आर्कन आने वाली। अरे भाई इतना जल्दी कूद गया मैं।
Bow your head.
Rest and rebuild. Everyone hold hands.
कितना दिन हो गए छोड़े तो बहुत छूट गया होगा तुम्हारा।
Though as expected.
अच्छा तो ज्यादा दिन तो हुए नहीं शायद।
What's all the pink accessories? A hair tie? A necklace?
अरे अभी सुना
Even a
था ये।
makeup box. Oh, Paimon sees it too, but... Huh? You mean the girls from the cereal... And then...
इसमें तो स्किप भी नहीं कर सकते भाई।
These names...
हाँ तब तो ज्यादा नहीं किया होगा।
Let's see what's written. Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to...
तो फिर नाहिदा का रीरन होने वाला है।
This should prove the existence of the third person, right?
क्या
We
एक्सेस
still
पॉइंट
have
क्यों नहीं
the
कर
old
पा रहा?
dog's a real... He
क्या
can
होता
act
है?
when... I concur.
कंसोल लिया कि उसमें गेम खेलूंगा वो भी अनयूज्ड पड़ा है। कौन सा PS5 लिया या Xbox?
Oh, look! There's an important looking basin over here, and it's full of water.
अच्छा PS5।
That means this is where they make all this. If you dilute it with
PS5 में
time,
क्या ही क्या 2 दिन चला है बस।
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of experiment. The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea.
स्टारफील्ड खेला अच्छा।
Paimon will try her best. How can someone write something that terrible and you read the rest? Paimon's too scared to keep going.
डेस्टिनी खेल भाई।
So that way, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane! Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. You mean Vache is the one who did all of these... experiments? So that's it. No, that's not it either. If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
ना मेरे पे बॉट नहीं मरते जल्दी।
In
भाई ये डेस्टिनी बड़ा वो है भाई, उसमें बॉट वॉट की सिस्टम नहीं है, उसमें रेड वेड होता है।
Whoa! There's so much synth here, and so many bottles of ingredients.
रियल बंदे तो लगा रहे, उसमें
Probably just
पीवीपी भी
contain
है,
waters of the primordial.
ऐसी बात नहीं है।
In progress. Whoa! There's even fruit flavored synth. Yep. We've looked at almost everything here, and it's yeah. We haven't found anything that no wonder even Nervalet wasn't able to find that.
5v5 है ना
Bring
उसमें।
all this back to the opera. We won't. Sure thing. Paimon won't admit to.
All the way return to the water. Look at the clue related to water. अब कहाँ जाना है भाई? Back? आज टाइम मिला है तो एसी यूटी डाउनलोड पे लगाकर यूट्यूब सर्व कर रहा हूँ। तुम आ गए आज। अरे एसी यूनिटी ये क्या है?
Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
ये मोटी का स्नैक्स है।
Whoa, really? Let Paimon see. Vinier. Isn't that Vache's lover's name? Then you found her diary. Aw, it's just a normal diary. So many! A whole page's worth! The final name she decided, Marcel. Wait, but Marcel's pretty old.
एक और चेस ले लेना प्लीज।
अच्छा एसेंस क्रीड खरीदा है क्या?
Vinier's grown son?
इधर है पब्लिक। पब्लिक
अच्छा यूबीआई कनेक्ट पर पड़ा है।
And whose image do you see? Mars, is it a man named Vache? Oh, so you...
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly...
I was waiting for...
Navia! We're back!
Navia?
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
Just how often do you intend to flout the rules of this
It's all right, Monsieur Nervalet. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
न्यू वाला एसी मिराज तो बेकार लग रहा है।
Is that you've always been Vache?
हाँ वो तो है।
Huh?
पता नहीं लोग खेल रहे हैं, लोग खेल रहे हैं, सबको अच्छा लग रहा है। मैंने देखा नहीं गेम को मिराज का।
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances and with that, Marcel's motive has now been...
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong?
Hello.
Hello Daisy. How do you do? अरे ये पटुई है क्या न्यू कैरेक्टर?
You
ना
fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away
Textured baby से
instead of
हो
paying
गया
attention to the
blacklist
living people around
कालता
you.
से
क्यों?
पता ही नहीं भाई लेकिन मैंने कार्ड उसको शैडो को दे दिया था पहले
तभी हुआ।
नहीं वैसे नहीं हुआ, एक बंदा था उसने करा है। दूसरा उनका ना जिससे मैंने बकचोदी कर रहा था,
अच्छा
उसने ब्लैक लिस्ट करवा दिया।
अच्छा
भाई यार मेरे को वेल्किन तो ले लेने देता पहले।
So, you never noticed how we changed or how we grew as
नहीं नहीं
individuals.
ये फटुई नहीं है ये,
You also never understood boss's real
लेनेट है जो
expectations for his
फटुई
daughter.
एजेंट आया था, मैजिशियन।
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this?
Get lost.
Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes? No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were left. They said there's no way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vignier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all. Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were, you only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the Vignier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes, I will follow. But I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't be dissolved.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve! Can't dissolve! Do you all see? I can't go! I can't follow! So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her? I did all of that. And in the end, that accursed Callus still got the... I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
Don't touch me! Don't anybody come near me! I still need to save Vignier. I promise. Vignier, please, Vignier. Don't think badly of...
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's...
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that...
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the... The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher, and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vignier.
Okay.
During an underwater expedition, Vignier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea, and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result. Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others, and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignier back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with... After exchanging blows with Spina de Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president, Callus. Although the assassination did not end just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Linny as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method.
वही कर रहा है बस.
However, his attempt to frame
अभी
Linny
तो वही कर रहा हूँ.
thus
प्लस गीक फॉर गीक्स पे
concludes the
जाऊंगा
enigma.
बाद में, जब थोड़ा सा
The oratrice
टेराफॉर्म
will
और
now
इन सब
deliver
पे
the
चला
final...
जाऊंगा. फिर उधर से उठाऊंगा अगर कुछ
The Ultimate DevOps Bootcamp 2023.
हाँ. GitHub उस पे Udemy पे है मेरे ख्याल से.
कैसेट बन गया भाई.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse, guilty.
तूने भी कर रखा है क्या?
क्या?
Take
DevOps वाला ये कोर्स.
नहीं मैंने किया नहीं है तो बाय करना पड़ेगा मेरे
It's what he deserves.
कितने का दिखा रहा है अभी? 500 रुपए.
Serial disappearances cases.
We really just
सेल चल
witnessed
रही है.
history.
3200 रुपए का था उस टाइम.
We
500 ही फिर आया इसका 490 या 450 के आसपास।
टेराफॉर्म क्या है?
टेराफॉर्म भी बहुत सारी बढ़िया चीजें।
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
The day our
बहुत
late
तगड़ी
boss had
चीजें।
always hoped
टेराफॉर्म
for
हो
us.
गया, एंसिबल हो गया,
Yeah.
और क्या था कुबरनेटिस।
Well, now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama?
Kubernetes
The villain has been caught, justice has
मेरे
been
को भी
served,
बिल्कुल
past
आइडिया
wrongs
नहीं है
have
इन
been
तीनों
righted,
चारों चीजों का,
and
क्योंकि अभी तक
since it's
पहुंचा ही
been
नहीं।
such a great show,
नहीं,
I'll just
मैंने
let
तो
the
थोड़ा बहुत
false
आइडिया होना
accusations
स्टार्ट हुआ है।
against me
मैंने
slide.
तो सुना है।
Either way,
मेरे को पता
I've
नहीं,
still
मतलब
got
ऐसे
some
बोल रहा
business
हूँ,
to
मैंने
attend.
सिर्फ
Please
सुना है
wait
कि
just one moment,
करके
Mr.
कुछ ऐसा।
Tartaglia.
What now?
अभी कॉलेज में है क्या?
None of this has anything to do with me.
हाँ, नहीं।
According to court protocol, since
Pass
this
out.
trial was initiated due to a
job
charge
करता हूँ
against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge
किसमें कर रहा है?
before the trial can
Oh, come on.
मैं
Is
developer
this
हूँ।
really necessary?
ओ
Haven't you
भाई,
already
इसमें
caught the real
पाइथन वाइथन
criminal?
क्या?
Isn't it
सॉफ्टवेयर
time
Python-
for side
Python
characters
backend
like me to
developer.
exit stage left?
Please
Nice,
respect the laws of
nice.
Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right. But this sure is a lot of hassle. All
तू
I need to
pass
do is
out है,
stand
job?
over there, right? Let's
पास
just get...
आउट 3 साल जॉब किया, फिर अभी
Through
इसमें
evidence
डेवऑप्स में जाना
presented
चाह
in
रहा
the
हूँ, तो
public
उसके लिए
trial that was
प्रिपरेशन
just
चल रही
held,
है, फिर अप्लाई
it has been
करूंगा कंपनी
established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearance. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to
साला
suppose Mr.
crunch
Tartaglia
time भी तो है
is
ना,
innocent
सबको
of the
फेंक रहे बाहर
charges.
निकाल
We
निकाल के,
now
तो
turn
जॉब
to the
मिलना भी बहुत
Oratrice
मुश्किल हो रहा है।
Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal to render the... According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse
commit.
Cardinal, Mr. Tartaglia
Genesis में लॉबी
is
नहीं है, FBI है।
guilty.
नहीं,
Hey!
650.
That's not funny. Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent?
लॉबी देख रहा हूँ,
What's with this
mutation,
verdict?
sorry,
Is your
mutation
justice
बोलता हूँ।
machine malfunctioning?
Dungeon के लिए।
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice?
I mean, have you ever heard of...
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances
I'm
case?
the
No matter what else.
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict. Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court.
अरे चाइल्ड को पकड़ लिया भाई।
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine. What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
ओ भाई
He's activating his spell legacy!
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
ओ भाई
क्या कर रहा है देखो स्पीक।
सेक्सी लौंडा ए नूबलेट चाइल्ड को दे थप्पड़ मारा।
Apologies. This is also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the... All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Why are you looking at me?
No.
I don't know what happened there either.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either?
Yeah, so are the verdict...
My dearest citizen, don't tell me. You thought...
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty...
However, given the state of things, and... of course, if you thought Child had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable. All shall be revealed in time. You will
पुरीना
come
कौन
to
है? ये पुरीना
understand
है
my
हाइड्रो
noble
आर्थन.
intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the oratrice's verdict. Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end.
बेकार लग रही है.
As the lead actress, I
लौंडे
shall be
पागल हो
the first
रखे
to
हैं
take
अभी.
my leave. Toodaloo.
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
जियो न्यू आया कोई? वो जो थी ना नाविया,
She
वो
probably
जियो है.
just put on that performance to save face.
पर
However,
पता
please
नहीं
be
वो
assured
5
I
स्टार
will
कैरेक्टर
continue
है
to
या.
investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
मे भी हो सकता है 5 स्टार.
All right. Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now. After all, he's done
डीपीएस अभी उसके बारे में कुछ पता नहीं है.
should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
अभी उसके बारे में कुछ उतना खास नहीं है. लीव द ओपेरा हाउस. ये दो नोवेलेट. अच्छा पड़ी. ईतो के बाद अभी तक तो न्यू आया नहीं है. आएगा. बड़े भाग रहे हैं.
Quick, stop him! Traveler! Hey! Traveler!
Michelle!
Marcel! What are you doing?
Stop resisting arrest! Cease! No, wait! I just want to ask the traveler
आ गया
something.
हीरो.
I'm not looking to
ये
run away.
जोंगली का वाइब
Please,
देता है,
just
पता
let me
है?
ask this
ये.
one small thing.
Go on.
और एक आया है, क्या नाम है उसका?
Thank you. Thank you. I was being led away when I finally realized something. Where did you first hear the name Vache? I erased all records of that name.
Are you still trying to prove your innocence? Give it up. You've already been
Really? You did? The Fountain of Lucine? Then she's been so close to... Please give me a chance to...
What? Give an inch and you want to take a mile? Do you think serial killers get to make requests like that?
Paimon agrees. Why should we give him what he wants?
This request, is it worth as much to you as your...
Of course! Wait, no.
Humans. Will they betray... Very well.
Humans.
Your Honor,
I will go with him.
Thank you.
चल. अगर देख कूद जा. अभी तो हाइड्रो आर्कन आएगी अभी. उसके बाद पायरो आर्कन आएगी. उसके बाद क्रायो आएगी. अम्मा खाना दीजिए ना थोड़ा. 1 मिनट आया मैं.
Is this the place? You said she's here, but what do I need to do to see her?
And even Paimon could hear her after drinking that thing. Didn't you just drink a lot of it on the stage as well?
Vache.
आ गया.
Yes, that's it. So you heard it.
Vinier, it's me! It's me!
Vache?
I'm here! I'm here! Where are you, Vinier?
Hey, wait! Be careful!
Vinier, is that you? It's me, Vache! Vinier!
Vache? Why did you come? Didn't I say? You don't need to look for me. You look a lot older than I remember. How long has it been?
It's been more than 20 years. I've suffered for over 20 years since the day you... All this time, only the thought of bringing you back has kept me... I must be dreaming. Who would have thought I'd get the chance to tell you all of my feelings? Vinier, you are my everything. I really don't know how I could live without you.
But Vache, if you ask me, this world would be better off without you.
What are you saying?
If not for you, I would have finished my law degree and probably become a top-tier attorney one day. If not for you, I would have continued to pursue my love of the arts, and my works would have been displayed in the Palais Mermonia itself. If not for you, I would at least have been able to take care of my mother. And she would not have grown old and died alone, with nothing but the tears on her. It's all because of your selfishness, Vache. It's all because of you.
You... Wait, you are not Vinier. Who are you?
You're right. I am not Vinier. I am the sacrifices. Every woman who died by your hand, as our bodies dissolved, our consciousnesses flowed back to the primordial sea. Our thoughts circulated endlessly within the primordial sea, and we were no longer individuals. But we became one, just as streams of water come together in the sea. I'm Cressy. I'm Lemony. I'm Azine.
Oh, तीनों.
The only one I am not is Vinier.
Why? But then, where is Vinier?
She doesn't want to see you anymore. Every tendril of her consciousness is avoiding you. This is what you get for your selfishness. Your selfishness robbed us of our lives and our futures. You said time and time again that you'd do any and everything for her. But did you ever consider whether she'd want to see you do the things that you did? If she would despise you for what you became? You are a liar, a heartless murderer, and a cowardly narcissist. The only thing you are not is Vinier's beloved. From the moment your first victim died and her consciousness merged with Vinier's, she has had nothing but pure hatred.
No! Yeah! She can't hate me. Let me see.
You still don't understand. When I said don't look for me, that came from the real Vinier. She really doesn't want to see you anymore. But on top of that, she also said that because it's her final drop of pity for you. She said that because she knew that if you did come here, we will show no mercy to you.
चार लोग. Oh shit.
Vache. Vache? Vache. 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 Drown.
Finally, we have some time to do shopping. Gosh, it's really been a long time since we've been able to relax.
Well met, partner.
Yeah,
I knew
Geo.
something great was going to happen when I woke up in such a good mood.
Even this weather can't put a damper on the
It's a pleasure to see you both again.
Oh, hey, Navia!
Oh, now that I believe. It's just been one thing after the other. I've been making non-stop trips between Poisson and the court since everyone from Spina di Rosula organized a memorial for my
तेरा
father.
हाथ पे ये देखो
We
Geo.
never held a memorial when he... This time, though, everyone in Poisson, and even many people from the court, all attended.
So his name's definitely been cleared now. That's what we like to hear.
It's been the
That... Oh, by... well...
Huh? So you know Charlotte too? The Charlotte? Journalist from the Steambird?
Yeah, way back. I believe this... To be fair, though, she was trying to leave...
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, Oh, and...
Oh, are you...
Well, it was thanks to her.
Oh, that's great. Paimon also thought Clarend was...
Anyway, now that the case... Oh, actually...
What is it?
I should pay a visit to my... And on top of that... That includes me, too.
चलो बाय.
What is the default Git repository? Master. Sarah has been working on a Git repository. This and has written a short story. Shall git log command output in the... What is the name of the file created by Sarah? Which branch is the lion and mouse text? I'll commit it to in Git repository. Which branch? Master release. Master. Sarah decides to write a new story, The Frog and Ox. Let's check out the new branch needed. Theory. Let's create and check out. Let's check out. Halfway through the story. It's not complete yet. Maybe the story she has written. The phone rings. It's Max. Max informs Sarah that in her story, in her first story, there is a typo in the title. Needs to be fixed ASAP. Before something. We must go back and fix the story in the master branch. Branch. But before we do that, let's commit the new story we have written so far. We don't have to carry out any complete story to master branch. Take and commit the story with the message this. Contract status we have. Git add this. Status. Git commit. Now check out the master bench. Hit check out. Let's fix the typo in the lion mouse text, and lion is misspelled as. Please fix it and then commit the changes. That is fixed. Please fix it and then commit. Git status. Commit. Great. Now it's out of the way. Let's finish the frog and ox story. Switch back to the Git.
Miss Navia.
I'm back.
Indeed.
Rise the nation story.
We want to go too! We also think Callus is a really admirable person.
Sarah.
Sure thing. I'd like you two to share the moment with me. After all, without you, there might not have been such a positive ending.
And in that case, everyone, let's be off. Considering the recent weather, we'll be lucky if we can reach Poisson before dark.
Yeah, you're right. This is where my father's grave is. To be perfectly honest, even I haven't...
Huh? There's someone there already.
Hmm?
Isn't that Nervalette? Why would the Chief Justice be here? Huh? Navia?
My apologies. I should have asked before coming to pay my respects.
Don't say that.
Sorry about that.
Oh, I was trying to say there's no need for you to apologize. I wanted to show my father how much I've grown, but still, I doubt I've grown to the point that even the Chief Justice would feel compelled to apologize to me over and over.
In that case, I will stop apologizing for now.
You really could use some pointers on understanding human emotions, Monsieur Nervalette. In any case, why did you come to Poisson?
Well, ever since that day, I've been turning a question over and over in my head. Just what is justice anyway? There was once a time when I didn't want to believe that there could be anything more important to humans than life itself. Oh, rather than that, it's probably more truthful to say I didn't believe humans were capable of resisting the most basic instinct of living things. That they could rebel against their own nature, or consider certain things to be more important than their own lives. Which is also why I didn't stop your father from beginning that fateful duel. I believed that a truly innocent man would never throw away his life like that. That there was nothing, should have been nothing more important than one's own continued survival. But Mr. Callus proved me utterly and decisively wrong. If not for his sacrifice, the serial disappearances case would have remained unsolved to this day. Mr. Callus made the choice he did for his daughter, for his associates, and for many people completely unrelated to him. And in the end, from a certain perspective, one could say that he did it all for the sake of justice. A justice that's higher than life itself. So, you asked me why I came here. I just wanted to say my apologies to Mr. Callus in person. I should have noticed all of this much sooner. This regret has filled me with a sadness that has haunted me for days. That high and mighty chair in the opera Epiclese indeed insulates one from many important things. Spina di Rosula, thank you so much for your hard work and perseverance.
I'm sorry for being mad at you before. So, you're actually one of those types that's cold on the outside, but pretty thoughtful on the inside, huh? That reminds me of Silver, one of my guys.
Sorry about that. Self-expression is not one of my strong suits.
Didn't I just say you don't need to apologize?
Ah, so Navia and Nervalette seem to have made their peace as well. Let's not disturb them for now. We can wait till after they're done. Paimon's never paid respects at someone's grave before. Huh? Oh no. Paimon hopes Miss Navia won't be Anyway, Nervalette is still standing around there. It's not often that we can catch him alone like this.
ये ग्रेव है यहाँ पे।
Oh, it's you two. Did Miss Navia invite you to come pay your respects to her?
Often tells Git to display the commit history as
I see.
text-based graph.
Then is there something that I can help you with?
Bangan?
It's pretty hard to run into you like this, since you're usually super busy.
Bangan?
So we
Bangan?
figured we could try to ask you a few
पता ही नहीं भाई क्या ही था
questions.
Please feel free.
कौन सा
Though
सब्जेक्ट
outsiders,
अच्छा लगता है?
you helped us solve one of the
बैगन?
greatest mysteries in Fontaine, and it would be my pleasure
कौन
to
सा सब्जेक्ट
return
अच्छा
the
लगता
favor.
है? कौन सा सब्जेक्ट अच्छा लगता है? बैगन। मैंने कहा भाई, ठीक है भाई।
My apologies.
तो बहुत ही
My
खतरनाक चीज।
investigation has still not reached its. However, for many years, I have been quite aware that as a divinely created, not only can it produce the incredible, which is all to say, I have been prepared for a situation. I was not aware such a thing had occurred. In any case, I am inclined to believe that the orator, based on Farina's reaction, I doubt even she had any idea what was. While we do intend to get to the bottom of this, if we did incorrectly convict him of crimes he did not commit, we will.
If you ask Paimon, the only compensation he'll want.
Is there
समझ में नहीं
anything
आया।
else you'd like to ask me
जो भी
about?
लिखा।
Your sibling, another blonde-haired traveler. I'm sorry, but I've never seen anyone who matches that description. If he ever stepped foot in Fontaine, I'm sure he followed our laws to the letter and had no reason to appear on the stage of the opera. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
History, along with the branch they are coming.
So,
Oh.
the bad guys referred to that special water.
Truthfully, that name is already quite accurate. I can only surmise that Vache and his ilk only learned of its nature and existence. There used to be a special sea on the surface of this planet. The nature of its seawater was rather different from that of the sea we know today. Most of Tevat's life forms were first born in that special sea.
So it really was.
But today, the primordial sea no longer exists on the planet's surface. What Vache discovered must have been some kind of special case.
So that.
Indeed. Why would the primordial sea, which was known to engender and, to be frank, that also doesn't match my understanding of this world and its laws. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me about?
कौन सा सब्जेक्ट है? बैगन?
बैगन? ये कौन सा सब्जेक्ट है?
So.
Truthfully, that name. There used to be a special sea on the surface. Most of Tevat. But today, what Vache discovered must have been some. Indeed. Why would, to be frank, is there any. That the sea level, does that appropriate?
That's right.
Yes, rumors have it that this prophecy is rooted in the last words the former Hydro Archon left to the world before she passed away.
Huh?
A prophecy? Of the former Hydro
Megan?
Wow. This is the first time that we've ever heard of it.
Two parts of the prophecy have already proven correct. The rising sea levels and the ability of the people of Fontaine to be dissolved. We should be more vigilant and stay on the watch for further signs. Speaking of the prophecy, Farina has also always taken it quite seriously. Indeed, she has been collecting information and intelligence from across Tevat for this purpose. If the rumors were true, then perhaps this prophecy is the conundrum left to Farina by her predecessor.
But with Farina being the way she is, can we really trust her to solve it?
What branch was
is there
the
anything
feature
else
sign
you'd
out
like to ask
branch
me about?
created from?
Very well. It was my honor to provide you with what answers I could. It will soon be time for me to leave this blissful tranquility.
You really are super busy, Monsieur Neuvillette. Paimon thought you only.
Crime and villainy do not have the day off, and so justice must work around the.
All right. Huh?
It was a fun one looking
I
at the
just
commit
noticed
history of
that the
all
rain has
branches.
stopped.
What's the best graphical representation of the branches in the repository? Check each branch and then use the command decorate to see the previous.
You know, we've been walking around for a while now. Why don't we go back to the Spina di Rosula base in the court of Fontaine and have a rest? Now
कूदना पार्ट है भाई, कितना कौन सा क्या स्टार्ट हो गया भाई?
मास्टर से निकला साइन अप, फिर
और
निकला साइन अप, कार्ड टीचर चेकआउट, वाह भाई
अभी 3 है और भाई साहब
Get merging branches. मर्ज करो.
क्या बात है, कंप्लीट कर लिया 4.0 कंगो. अरे कुछ कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ, अभी तो क्वेस्ट ही क्वेस्ट है. ये है अभी 3. भाई क्या नौटंकी है. मेरा कुत्ता को कहा हो गया भाई, डॉगी डॉगी हो गया. चल के जाना ही बेहतर है यहाँ पर. अब 4.1 होगा. बहुत स्पीड चलतू लेकिन. अरे बाप रे, लेकिन अजीबो गरीब हो रखा है भाई इधर तो. बवाल हो रखा है. चाइल्ड को जेल में बंद कर दिया भाई. चाइल्ड को गिल्टी लगा के बस अंदर कर दिया. मैं बोला थोड़ा पैसा वैसा दे दे भाई, जोंगली से लेके नूलेट को थोड़ा पैसा वैसा खिला दे भाई. नूलेट क्या कूद के कंधे पे एक लात मारता है चाइल्ड को. उसका फॉर्म ही बदल के ना वो हो जाता है भाई.
Now that the serial disappearances case has been solved, no one's going to come after us for anything.
अच्छा.
Even